Hey everyone, welcome to another top 10 list. I just got back from Vegas, and you guys know that when I go on Vegas or when I go on vacation to Vegas, I do not stop collecting because I'm on vacation. And that's good to do. You should always be on the lookout for stuff. So, when I'm in Vegas, I have an envelope, and whenever I find something cool, it goes in that envelope. And this is what was in that envelope. I was out there for 2 weeks, so I had plenty of time to find stuff. Now, keep in mind, I did not bill search. I did not get straps and go through them for these finds. I did go out there and bring back 5,000 singles, which I have not gone through yet, but those videos are coming. What I'm saying is, all the money in this video is literally stuff that I got in change out of vending machines, out of from cashing in chips or whatever the case is. This was quite literally pocket finds, stuff I found in my pocket. So these are the top 10 Vegas pocket finds. I'm going to start off with an honorable mention. You guys know I don't spend $5 bills. It's my eccentric savings account. So these were all of the fives that I got while I was there. And some of you may think, well, why would you save fives? And the fact that there's 28 $5 bills here, well, that's $140. So even while on vacation, I managed to save $140. Think of it this way. Even if I went broke while I was out there, I knew I had 140 bucks still left in my wallet. So, I mean, by not spending $5 bills, like I said, part of my eccentric savings account, I will put these into a strap of singles. I will remove the 28 singles, so there's still $100 in the strap. And that's just, like I said, my eccentric savings account, a way to save $500 without even thinking about it. So that was honorable mention. All right, number 10. I pulled one of these. This is a $100 bill, and you're going to notice that it's got this stamp on it here. It's got a stamp on it here. I don't remember if it's got one on the back. Yep, it's got one on the back as well. One of the things you're going to find in Vegas is a lot of international travelers. The other thing I want to point out is that over 75% of all $100 bills that are printed circulate outside the U.S., which means places outside the U.S. are more likely to encounter counterfeits. We handle the bills every day. We know what they're supposed to be like. That doesn't mean that you can't find counterfeits in America. But when outside countries are relying on our currency, they want to make sure that when they do transactions, the bills are legit. So banks will strap together a strap of 10,000 singles, and they will go through them to make sure that they are not counterfeit. And once they have gone through that strap, they will put their little bank stamp on it to basically say these notes are legit. So the more countries a bill travels through and the more central banks it goes through, the more of these little global stamps get put on a note. So whenever you see one of these little stamps on there, there's no additional value, but that is a marker telling you that this note has traveled outside the country. So that's number 10. Number 9. I found an almoster, and this one was so close, and since it's on a $20 bill, I don't save these. I wouldn't blame anybody for not wanting to save it, but just look at this. 0388 0389. One off of a repeater on a $20 bill. So close, but yet so far. It's almost a repeater, which means it's almost worth money. So nope, nothing but face value on this. But to come that close on something other than a $1 bill, that was pretty cool. So we're calling that number 9. Number 8. I found a rotator. It's also a trinary, 0s, 6s, and 9s, but all of the digits on this note will be read the same if you turn it upside down. You still have 0s, 6s, and 9s. Now, a true rotator, the number will read the same either way. So 0096, 0960. This one starts with 2 zeros, but if we flip it upside down, it only starts with 1. So no, it is not. And for those of you wondering how that would be, let's ignore that 0 and let's ignore the end zeros. Actually, we can go like this, because now it says 096096, 0. Okay, and if I turn it over and cover up that first one, it still says 0960960. So there, if I cover the first 0, now it is a true rotator where it does read the same number upside down as well as right side up. But that, of course, doesn't count. You can't cover numbers and call it a true rotator. But like I said, as far as rotators go, all of these digits do rotate, and they do read the same either direction. So not worth anything, but still a cool find. That's number 8. Number 7. Found a $20 bill. This one actually has quads on it, quad 2s on this particular one. And it's always cool to find notes other than singles that have cool serial numbers. No additional value on this, but you guys know that I collect the singles that have quads on them. So when I spotted the 20, yeah, I figured I'd pull that. It's number 7. Number 6. Did find a star note, and once again, this was in circulation. It wasn't from a strap. Kind of gives you an idea of how many singles I handled throughout the course of this trip. Generally, you find one star note for every strap of singles you go through. So by me finding one star note, that means I probably handled well over 100 singles over the course of this trip. And considering most of the time you're using chips or just using vouchers or things like that, yeah, I still managed to handle 100 singles. Since from 2017, starting off with a couple zeros, no big deal there. But yeah, I did manage to find a star. It is not a filled star. I checked that right away. I did not run it to see if it was a rare, but I will once I finish my entire Vegas stuff. So that one is number 6. Number 5. How appropriate, a $5 bill. But check out the serial number. 00003771. If I was an unscrupulous dealer, I would tell you this is a low serial number because it starts with 4 zeros. Except we all know that low serial numbers start with 5 zeros. So as much as I'd love to say this note's worth $100 and I should have it graded and send it out, no, you shouldn't. Every book on fancy serial numbers, every website on fancy serial numbers will tell you you need 5 zeros for it to be considered a low serial number. Those same books and websites will also tell you that for it to have any additional value, it should also start with 5 zeros. So it's just a low serial number that I found. Is it technically low? No. But it's the lowest number that I found in circulation. Starting with quad zeros is pretty cool. Once again, no additional value on it. I just thought it was cool, so it made the list. That one is number 5. Number 4. I found a crisp $100 large head. This particular one is from 2006. It's one of the last before they turned blue, and it was just in really good condition. The hundreds are the ones that you are most likely to find in good condition from this particular series, but even these are starting to get a little tougher to find. So I decided I would hang on to this particular one because it was the nicest large head note that I had found on the trip. So that one is number 4. Number 3. Some of you are also fascinated whenever I find $100 bills with fancy or semi-fancy serial numbers. Here's a $100 bill. That's a trinary, 0s, 1s, and 8s, starting with a couple zeros. I'm not saying this is worth anything. It was cool to see that it was only one digit off from a true binary on a $100 bill. If that 8 was a 1 or a 0, now you were talking a true binary, and that would have been an incredible find. Not the case, which means it's close to being worth money, but it's not. Just like it's close to being a true binary, it's not. Doesn't matter how I look at it, doesn't matter what part I cover up, there is no additional value on this note. Don't fall for it. But still, trinary, that was one away from a true binary on a $100 bill. Not something you see every day. I thought it was cool. I pulled it. That's number 3. Number 2, another $100 bill. This one happens to be a star note. You can see the star there. The star is not filled in. And I handled quite a few $100 bills on this trip. Unfortunately, not all coming my way. But Based on the number that I started with, I probably saw at least a full strap of 100s. And the proof is in the pudding, where if you find 1 star note per strap, here it is, 1 star note. So yeah, I found one and decided I'd hold on to it. I'll look it up and see if it's rare. Probably not, but it was still fun to find. That one is number 2. And finally, number 1 this week, I found a $100 bill from 1977. This one is still crisp, doesn't have any major folds in it, really good shape. A little bit of dirt or something up there, but the rest of the note is really good. I should have put this in a case right away. Crisp 1977, right? 1977 $100 bill. This one's definitely going into the collection. It's always nice when you can find the small heads in this good a shape. So those are my top 10 pocket finds from my Vegas trip. If you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.